Welcome to Heart Stories, a podcast proudly brought to you by the Caulfield Grammarians Association. I'm your host, Doreen Brown, and this season we celebrate the journeys, passions, and values of remarkable individuals, many of whom share a connection to the Caulfield community. This series is a platform for heartfelt conversations that shine a light on creativity, leadership, and a sense of community that define extraordinary lives. At Heart Stories, we believe every achievement begins with a story. Together, we'll uncover the challenges, milestones, and lessons that have shaped our guests. Through their insights, we'll explore how shared values and a commitment to making a difference inspire both individuals and communities to thrive. So thank you for joining us. Settle in, open your mind, and get ready to discover stories that inspire, empower, and unite. This is Heart Stories. Let's begin. On today's episode of Heart Stories, we're excited to welcome Cameron Scholten, a passionate leader and dedicated contributor to the Caulfield community. Cameron's connection to Caulfield Grammar School runs deep as part of a multi-generational family legacy that includes his father, grandfather, uncle, and siblings. A student from 2001 to 2006 and a proud member of Wilsmore House, Cameron excelled both academically and athletically, playing cricket and football and forming lifelong friendships during his school years. Professionally, Cameron has taken on an exciting new chapter over the past 18 months, transitioning from IT project delivery to his current role as Chief Technology Officer at SCM Financial Group. Beyond his career, Cameron is also deeply involved in the Caulfield Grammarians sporting community, serving as president of the Caulfield Grammarians North Caulfield Glen Huntly Cricket Club. He embraces his leadership role with both strategic vision and a love for the game, helping to build connections across generations and celebrate the club's numerous successes, including multiple premierships. Outside of work and cricket, Cameron's personal life has recently taken on an exciting new dimension, where he and his partner are proud parents to their one-year-old son, Ollie, whose arrival has brought plenty of joy, laughter, and a few challenges when it comes to balancing life's many priorities. Cameron's story is one of leadership, legacy, and a continuous drive for connection and excellence. So join us as we uncover the heart behind his inspiring story, exploring his reflections on family, career, and community. So welcome, Cameron, and thank you for being with us today.
No worries at all. Thanks, Doreen.
You're so welcome. Now, can you begin by telling us a little bit more about yourself and what being part of the Caulfield Grammar community means to you?
Yeah, so as mentioned, I finished school in '06, and from
Yep.
there I've worked in the IC industry for nearly 18 years now. And as along that journey, I've also played a lot of cricket for Caulfield Grammarians and football as well. I've been
Yep.
heavily involved with both of those clubs through that time.
Yep.
And being part of the Caulfield Grammar community, it's it's such a special community to be a part of. It's given me so many opportunities in all aspects of life, and I've made some lifelong friends along the way. And that's probably been the biggest aspect of it for me, is that the friendships that I've made through that time.
Amazing. And that's been a common thread actually with each of our guests is that community and that connection, yeah, with your peers has been really, really important throughout your life, which is amazing to hear.
Yeah.
You come from a true Caulfield Grammar family with multiple generations attending the school. What does this legacy mean to you and how did it shape your time at Caulfield?
Yeah, so I kind of think when I was at school, I probably didn't really appreciate what it meant, but now I certainly do feel that legacy. And I think I've probably during school I probably noticed it most when I was on the sporting fields playing cricket and footy, because both my dad and grandfather were huge, heavily involved in sport, and yeah, that was probably when I noticed it most at school.
Yeah.
But now thinking back on that 75 plus years our family's been involved with Caulfield, and just to think about the history of the school in total and how that we've been part of it for so long, it's sort of really special to think about.
Yeah, absolutely. And you've welcomed a new little one into your family. Any plans for him joining that community as well, potentially?
He is on the waiting list.
Is that
So yeah, granddad put him down. So yeah, he is on the
amazing?
waiting list. So yeah, we'll see how that
We'll
pans out.
see. Now, can you tell us about your favorite memory from your time at Caulfield? Is there a particular moment or event that really stands out as being especially meaningful for you?
Yeah, so I think in year nine we travelled to China for
Oh,
5 weeks. So that was part of our year nine program, and just having that opportunity to travel overseas and be away from the family for the first time,
yeah.
it's an experience I'll sort of never forget.
Mm.
Really sort of helped me form some strong friendships and develop own independence, and just that opportunity was just incredible.
Yeah.
To like going to China, it's I probably never would have thought I'd go there, but yeah, having that opportunity was incredible.
Yeah. Anything specifically from that trip that maybe stands out to you that you've been able to take away and kind of carry through?
Yeah, just being there and being in such a different culture, I think
Yes.
it really sort of it's a bit of a shock at first,
Yeah.
but sort of learning how to deal with that culture shock and really
Yes.
immerse yourself in that was a pretty big experience I've been able to take into the travel that I've done since I've left school, and I
Yeah.
think that's really helped.
Now, as you said, you played both cricket and football while you were at school. Can you share a story of one of your favorite games or a memorable team experience?
Yeah, so I think probably playing through year 11 and 12 were highlights for me because I played with a lot of my mates and
Yeah.
played with friends from year levels above and below as well.
Yeah.
And I think our third football season during year 11 was probably our most memorable. We had a really great team. Everyone got along really well. And we
Yeah.
went through the season nearly undefeated. I think we had a draw in our last game. And
Wow.
so against the other top side that was undefeated. So
Yeah.
that was really really sort of special, and it was a great thing to be involved in.
You've also shared your strong friendships that you've carried through from Caulfield. Are there any friendships from your school days, again, that continue to be a really big part of your life today?
Yeah, most definitely. Probably
Yeah.
five or so of my closest friends from school I still see regularly.
Amazing.
And I work with one of them.
There you
And
go.
so I have a lot of close friends still from school, and there's a group outside of that I still sort of keep in touch with as well pretty regularly. So
Yeah.
yeah, the friendships I've developed have been incredible, and they're still a huge part of my life now. And also the involvement with the Grammarians cricket and footy clubs as
Yeah.
well. I've developed a lot of friendships from them as well, so it's been great.
Now, looking back, what lessons or values did your time at Caulfield instill in you that have stayed with you as an adult?
Yeah, I think I mentioned community before, and I
Yeah.
think knowing that you're part of something bigger than yourself,
Yes.
I think it's really helped me sort of think about outside of myself and how your actions can impact others.
Yep.
I think that's probably the one of the biggest lessons I've learned from
Yep.
being at Caulfield.
Now, were there any teachers or coaches who had a lasting impact on you, whether on the field or in the classroom?
Yeah, so Greg Pierce, he was a year nine coordinator.
Okay.
He was assistant head of house. He was really supportive through all my journey at school and helped me out sporting wise as well as academically.
Yeah.
And he coached one of our senior footy teams too, so that was great. And I actually saw Greg a couple of weeks ago at the golf course, and we had a great chat and caught up. So
How cool.
yeah, which was
Yeah.
lovely. And then also during some of my younger years, I had a football and cricket coach called Marty Heppel.
Yep.
He was an incredible motivator, and he just knew how to get the best out of me. And he was sort of a big inspiration through my younger sporting career at Caulfield.
Yeah, amazing. And that's so integral when you're at that point in your life and at that age at school to have those kinds of role models and then to connect as well as an adult. Yeah, that would be pretty special as well.
Yeah,
So if you
definitely.
could, yeah, if you could relive one day at Caulfield, what day would it be and why?
So I think it'd probably be the last day of year 12.
Yeah.
Just that sort of sense of achievement and the emotion that was sort of involved with that day
Yeah.
was sort of unmatched. And to think back now, like a lot of the people that I spent that day with, they're still such a big part of my life. I
Yeah.
think looking back on that, it makes it even more special.
Now, moving on to your career. So you started your IT career as a trainee at Caulfield Grammar itself, which again is pretty cool. What was it like working for the school where you grew up, and how did that traineeship lay down the foundation for your career?
Yeah, so it's certainly strange to start with. I sort of walked in and I knew had so many friends who were in year 12 that year that I was working there, and then my brother and sister were also at the school, and,
Uh-huh.
and so yeah, it was strange experience walking in the first day on the other side of the fence as a staff member.
Yeah.
But then once I sort of got over that, it was really great. I had a great manager there at the time, and he sort of showed me what it was to work in IT support, and I learned all of what that was all about, and I just really loved it. And then from there, I just knew that was exactly what I wanted to do.
Now, your career has taken you through some various roles, and you've now transitioned from an IT project delivery to becoming the Chief Technology Officer at SCM Financial Group. What inspired this shift into the finance industry, and how does your background in IT shape your approach for this role?
Yes, yeah, so the shift into the finance industry wasn't something that I'd ever really planned. It was a bit of a pivot from my original goal to be a solutions architect, which is sort of a natural progression from project delivery roles. And I'd sort of over a number of years, I'd been speaking with one of the leaders at SCM,
Hmm.
just throwing ideas around about what it'd be like to sort of work together, and how that would fit with the business and my role. And it sort of came to a time where SCM sort of grew to the size that it needed an IT leader within the business, and I was approached for the job, and I couldn't pass up the opportunity. So yeah, it was a really good sort of opportunity for me, and so I took that. And I think with my sort of diverse IT background, starting in the education sector, and then I've worked in the health sector, manufacturing, all sorts of different industries. It's given me a lot of experience in many, many areas. And I think it allows me to think outside the box
Yeah.
when it comes to solutions in the finance industry. So that's really put me in a good place.
Absolutely. And great exposure, as you said, for all those different industries. And you can bring that now to, yeah, your current role at
Yeah.
SCM. Yeah, wonderful. Now, you've mentioned that your current role, you do have challenges each day. So can you share an example of a challenging project where you've worked and how you were able to approach that?
Yeah, so one of the most challenging projects we had was a modern workplace project at SCM, where it involved moving a lot of data from old servers, applications from old servers into the cloud.
Right.
Um, and
That's
yeah,
huge.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
massive. And it introduced a new way of working for a large portion of the team as well. So there was a large sort of training piece, and I guess a lot of angst about change
Yeah.
as part of that project. So with large scale projects of this matter, you really need like a solid project delivery plan to start with.
Hmm.
And then when issues arise, they're dealt with in a structured and timely manner. So yeah, it was all about planning and staying on top of any issues. They're the main things.
Yeah, I've been through those processes and changes quite a few times, and that plan is absolutely what's needed, isn't it? To,
Yeah.
yeah, to see it through.
Yeah.
So, leading the technological vision at a finance company is a significant step in your career. How do you stay motivated and continue to grow while taking on such a pivotal leadership role?
Yeah, so SCM Financial Group, so my father has been a part of the business for a long time, and I've seen him work so hard to build what the business is today. So I
Mhm.
think that's motivation enough for me just to be able to contribute to that legacy that he's built here. And I want to be able to leave my own mark on the business and help grow and help it thrive in our industry. So I think that's the biggest thing that keeps me motivated.
Now, you're the president of the Caulfield Grammarians or North Caulfield Glen Huntly Cricket Club. What inspired you to step into such a significant leadership role there?
Yeah, so I've been vice president for some time, and I guess, the natural step was to move into the presidency. And we had Grant Poulter, who's a great Caulfield grammarian. He was our
Yep.
president beforehand. He made the decision to step down after 15 years, and
Right.
and I stepped into the position. And it was a new challenge for me. And it was something that I wanted to take on and see how I'd go,
Yeah,
I guess. My dad had been president of the Grammarians Football Club for 15 years, and that was sort of inspired me to take the role on as well, I think.
yeah.
And yeah, it's been a great journey so far.
Yeah, it's definitely in the family, isn't it?
Yeah, it sure is. Yep.
So, being president requires both strategic focus and obviously a love for the sport. But how do you balance the administrative side of the role and staying connected as a player?
Yeah, it's certainly tough at times. I don't have as much time to play these days as I used to. But when I do get the opportunity to get out on the field, I've just got to make sure that everything's planned well beforehand. And I think a lot of the work that I sort of put in before the season allows me to play games when I get that opportunity, and yeah, makes it a bit easier to just enjoy my time on the field with the boys and enjoy playing cricket.
Yeah, it all comes back down to that planning, isn't it? And where those skills definitely
Yep,
apply, yeah, to this
yep,
role
sure
as
does.
well. Yeah. Now, the cricket club has had some amazing milestones, like the MCC Division 2 title in 2019 to 2020. What are some of your proudest moments with the club, both on and off the field?
Yeah, I think that 2019-20 premiership's definitely a standout for me.
Yeah.
I was lucky enough to play in that side. I didn't play with that team for most of the season,
Mhm.
and I got called up for the grand final due to an injury.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, yeah. So I was lucky because I think I was vice president at the time, and
Mhm.
and I captained our other side. So I was lucky enough to get a call up and play with a wonderful group of guys, and we won, and that was just such a huge moment for our club.
Yeah.
It was probably the best level of cricket we'd played as a club for some time, and for us to come away with that win was really special. And I was just grateful I got the opportunity to contribute as well.
Yeah, you're meant to be there. It was just meant to
Yeah,
be. Very
yeah.
cool. Now, you've talked about the importance of connecting past students through the cricket club. What do you think these cross-generational connections are so important?
Yeah, as I mentioned before, I've developed some great friendships with past students who I never knew at school through the cricket and footy clubs. And I think it just really broadens your network. It's given me career opportunities and some really meaningful connections that I hope that I'll have for the rest of my life.
And what are your goals for the club moving forward? So, are there any specific initiatives or changes that you hope to achieve during your time as president?
Yeah, so my main goal at the moment is to strengthen the cricket club's relationship with the school and other affiliate clubs. And we're working on a big push to sort of revitalise our playing group, we're a bit older,
Yeah.
and we're looking to sort of help get past students from the school to come down to the club, and that's our biggest push at the moment. We're really trying to work with the football club as well, because we share a home ground. It's a Caulfield Grammarians fortress down there, and we want to we want to keep that going for as long as possible. So yeah, and my hope that just when my time is done, as the club's in safe hands and can continue well into the future. It's had a long history. I think it was established in 1961.
Wow.
So yeah, there's a long history, and I just want to make sure that it continues well into the future, so past students can enjoy it like I have.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is a great platform. So, for anyone who's
Yeah,
listening, to
exactly.
get in
Yeah,
touch and to reach out, right?
exactly. If you want to play some cricket, come and see me. Exactly. Give
Amazing.
me a call. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, outside of your professional responsibilities and leadership at the cricket club, you're also navigating life as a new dad to your 1-year-old son, Ollie. How has parenthood impacted the way you approach work-life balance and your personal passions, including your interest in food, wine, and sports?
Yeah, so it's definitely shifted my priorities. I have to make a lot of sacrifices as a father, but I think it's impacted life in a big way. But it's been fantastic. Like I love being a father. It's the best thing that's ever happened for me. So you kind of make way for some things that you like doing in the past
Yeah.
to spend time with family.
Yes.
And yeah, that's basically it.
It's definitely a big transition. And yeah, you soon start to realize that some of those hobbies and things sometimes do need to take a back seat to the most important thing in your life, which is definitely your child. So, how do you manage to juggle your career, cricket, and personal life while still giving your best in all areas? Is there something that you, bring to each of those that you think, allows you to excel?
It's definitely a challenge. I'm still trying to figure it all out, but I think I'm extremely lucky to have a wonderful partner, Rhiannon,
Yep.
who she's really supportive of everything I do, um, and without her help, then I wouldn't be able to be the leader at the cricket club I am, and within SCM Financial Group either.
Yeah.
So, and the help that we get from our families is huge too. So I think that's probably the biggest thing that's helped. It's not sort of me alone. It's us working as a family and
Yeah.
as a community, I guess.
And getting that support.
Yeah,
Support is huge, particularly as a new parent as well, and
yeah,
navigating things that you've never had to navigate before.
exactly.
So, what advice would you give to others who are trying to balance their leadership roles and career ambitions with their personal interests and commitments?
Yeah, so I think the most important thing, as you mentioned before, it's keep your eye on what's really important, which is your family. And at the end of the day, jobs and commitments, they do come and go, but family's number one. But outside of that, you just need to make sure that you prioritize everything and then
Yeah.
plan accordingly. And so coming back to that planning, as we've talked about many
Yeah.
times. So yeah,
Seems to be a common thread, right? But it's so
yeah.
important. It's what keeps you, ahead of all of those different obligations as well, which is great. Now, you've spent so much of your life contributing to the Caulfield community as both a student and now a leader. How does that legacy inspire what you do today?
Yeah, well, I think, yeah, being part of the community for so long, if I can help grow or better the community, even the slightest in my time, it's an honor.
Yeah.
So many great people have been a part of the community. So for me to have even the smallest bit of impact, it's really special.
Yeah.
And doing something like this, or even to be asked to do something like this is an honor.
Now, if you could write a letter to current students at Caulfield, what message would you want to share about the importance of community sports and pursuing your passions?
Yeah, I think the message would be get involved in as much as you can and just
Yeah.
take advantage of the great opportunities that Caulfield offers. So there's so many great opportunities in the sports, in the arts, in everything. Academically, you're one of the best schools in the country as far as I'm concerned. And also the friendships that you make while you're following those opportunities are second to none. So
Yeah.
that'd be
So
it.
just, get in there and go for it and embrace all the opportunities that
Yeah.
are provided to you through the school. Now, looking back on your life and career so far, what's one piece of advice you wish someone had given you when you were just starting out?
Yeah, probably not to take any opportunities for granted and
Yeah.
just make the most of everything that you're given an opportunity to do.
Brilliant. Well, thank you, Cameron, for sharing your heartfelt reflections and contributions to the Caulfield community, both on and off the field. It's been an absolute pleasure chatting with you today.
No problems at all, Doreen. Thanks so much.
Thank you for tuning in to this episode of Heart Stories. A heartfelt thank you to our guests for sharing their story, wisdom, and passion with us today. Their insights remind us of what makes creativity, leadership, and community so impactful in shaping meaningful lives. Brought to you by the Caulfield Grammarians Association, this podcast celebrates the shared values that unite us and inspire us to grow, connect, and lead with purpose. We hope today's conversation has sparked reflection on your own story and the legacy you're building. If you've enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an inspiring story. Share it with your friends, family, or anyone who could use a dose of inspiration. And be sure to join us next time for another powerful conversation with a guest who has a story worth telling. But until then, take care, stay curious, and continue making an impact. This is Heart Stories. See you next time.